Of the long change now here, the Blaze making their way out. The Cougars haven't quite made their way out yet, but they don't have to be out there as of yet, according to the scoreboard. So the good thing, like you said, they get Zvane back for this second period, so that'll help. That's a little bit of a shot in the arm to get a player who's one of your leading scorers back.
Yeah, exactly. And we can talk about how well they played in the first period, but it's still only a 1-0 game, largely because of the Decatur goaltender Nolan Slager. So really, if you're the Cougars, you got to keep coming at it. You got to find a way to find the back of the net a few more times.
Now, Jeremy, when you look at the Blaze, they're only down 1-0. They didn't have their best period. What's the thought process for them?
They're still in this game. That's the thought process that you should have every time you're down. They're only down by 1 goal right now. One wrong bounce of the puck for Cougars. This game's tied.
And they haven't played that bad either. I think if you look at their play, yeah, they only have 7 shots on goal, but some of those shot opportunities are really good. I think you got to give some credit to Jesse Hayes as well. I think he's played expertly in goal for the Cougars. He hasn't really let up that many rebounds, and when he has, it's to a player of his own team.
Absolutely, and he needs to stay focused. He needs to be ready because you can't let up in a game like this. You're only up by 1 goal. Got to remain focused.
Both teams have made their way back out as we get ready for this second period. Teams switch sides. Cougars go left to right now. Right to left will go the Decatur Blaze, of course, period of the long change. So we'll see if that comes into play at all here in the second period. It's always something to watch out for in this second period.
Especially with how active the Cougars D-men have been. You don't want to get caught out there on a long shift with a long change, as you mentioned.
So the face-off from center ice, won by the Cougars, back to Schiffman, now to Olsen. Goes through the middle of the ice, on to Mike Watson. Sticks Zvane out there to start out this period as he gets the puck at top of the left circle. Goes around one player, takes it behind the net of the Blaze. Right wing corners, Zvane still with it. Backhands it up to Schiffman. D-to-D pass to Olsen. Lofts this one towards the slot. This is really his only option to try and keep it in the zone. Schiffman holding it in at the right point, uses the glove hand to get it down and sends it to the near half boards. Blaze not able to send it out as Schiffman will send a wrister wide of the net to the left wing half boards. Back up at the point, trying to send it down low as Zvane comes back out into the neutral zone, goes all the way down. This one will probably be an icing, and it is, so bring it back into the Decatur Blaze zone. And already Anthony Zvane making his presence known. 9:17 left to go here in the second period, 1-0 Cougars.
Obviously the best player on the ice, a little bit of a zone tour there on his first shift of the game. He'll be looking to attack.
Right wing circle face-off, quick shift here for the Cougars as well. They make a change to get some fresh legs out there for that top line that's been out there for a little bit for the Blaze. Sullivan from the right point try to send the puck low, hit off a leg for the Decatur Blaze as they send it back out into the neutral zone all the way into the Cougar zone. Fell off the stick of Sullivan and he slows down and looks to pass it up to Lomberg. Almost turned it over, comes right back to Sullivan. D-to-D pass. Far side, and then it ends up hitting off the skate of a player as the breakout pass not very good. I think that was Palermo who tried to send it out as his own player ended up getting in the way. Cougars able to break out now. Pass in towards the middle onto Rayback's stick as he drops it off, but he's not able to hold the leg on the line. That'll be an offsides into the far dot. 18:40 left to go here in the second period, 1-0 Cougars.
A little bit of a choppy start to the period. The Cougars had the first good shift of the period, but after that, a few whistles, a little bit choppy.
Face-off goes to that far dot. Crop in there to try and win it for the Cougars. Blaze will take control as it's Shane Johnson who sends the pass up along the far side, and that one deflects out of play. See where this one goes. This is a pretty good hit put on Shane Johnson there, too, as he went almost into his own goalie.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting a little bit more physical out there now.
Cougars are a physical team when they need to be. They use their physicality when they have to, but that's not their MO. But they do have some guys that can lay the lumber down. 18:34, or I should say lay the boom down. Comes over to the near side, out of the reach of Sullivan as he pokes it forward, top of the right circle, taken back by the Blaze. Quickly pushing it back forward were the Cougars before it's dumped in by Justice Cree. Jesse High slows it up behind his own net. Comes Jesper Lomberg for the Cougars along the right wing as he tries to go up ice towards but Shane Johnson will hit it back into the neutral zone. 2 players for the Blaze collide. That allows Palermo to take the puck into the right circle. Shot and butterfly save by Nolan Slager as he holds on to it for the right wing circle face off with 18:02 left to go.
Yeah, neutral zone turnover there by the Blaze led to the opportunity, but their D-man did a good job keeping Palmero to the outside. A tough angle to score from.
Gets a good look, too, to see the positioning of the goaltender and Slager.
Right, short of maybe trying the roof one there. There's just not a whole lot of room to get past the goaltender.
Gets out of his crease, too, which is always good to see from a goalie. Along the near half boards, the Blaze won the face-off. They've been winning a couple of them here in the second period when the first period was dominated by the Cougars. Top of the right circle, Zatera feeds a pass into the slot for a shot. Save made by the glove, hand by Slager, just reactionary. Beltrame back to the left wing half boards on a pass. Back up to Beltrame as he surveys. Back down to the left wing corner. Move around one by Zatera. Zatera in the left wing corner gets hit as the puck is taken back by Parrish. Pass through the middle of the ice comes to Furter at center ice. D-to-D pass to Beltrame, who goes back to Furter, just out of the reach of Furter and back into his own end as his team looks to break out from behind their own net. Far side pass comes back out into the neutral zone. Bouncing puck over to the near side on Letmansky's stick as he feeds it forward onto Zatera's stick across the blue line of the Blaze. Along the right wing half boards, takes a shot. Pad save made by Slager, goes into the far half boards where his team tries to break out. It was his Ervider, but he lost the puck back to the Cougars along those far boards. His team able to at least work it out to center ice where it comes back to Olsen, who gets it right back from Schiffman, who dumps it towards the right wing corner, and Olsen chases after it too. Puts a hit to try and free the puck up as this one goes along the far glass, bounces into the left circle, up to the left point, over to Olsen right point, shot wide of the net. Back into the right corner, back up to Olsen right point, sends a wrister low, gets a tip in front. But
save.
That one doesn't get on. Yeah, I think you're right. Slager was able to direct it wide as he's in good position. In behind the net, some tough work. It's Micah Hauke there as that one will come back to the neutral zone as a player gets taken out, and Hunter Schiffman as the Blaze were starting up ice. Hauke frees it up for Schiffman, though, along the left wing, into the zone. Top of left circle, tried to feed a pass through, can't get it onto his stick as it comes to the near side towards Butera. Back in behind the net, Schiffman able to avoid a check, sends it up to the point for a shot from Sullivan. Save, rebound, and that just goes wide on the rebound opportunity in front from Butera as it goes to the far half board. Sullivan with a good pinch, left wing circle shot, and goes off the side of the net from Peters. Back into the right wing corner. Cougars with a lot of pressure here.
Really long shift here for Decatur.
Quick shot from the point. Slager with the save, and it came out, but no goal. The whistle went first.
Wow, that was a really quick whistle. I don't think the goalie ever had that one. Probably should have been a goal for the Cougars, but the refs waved it off.
15:44 left to go here in the second period. 1-0 Cougars with the lead. A little chippiness there towards the end, but the officials getting in there to try and break that one up.
We were just talking about the long change, and for Decatur, they didn't get the puck in deep, turned it over in the neutral zone. It led to close to a 2-minute shift for them. And as you can see there, the goalie never had that, but the ref lost sight of the puck, and when he does that, he's going to blow the whistle. So tough break for the Cougars.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Nick. He had absolutely no possession of that puck whatsoever.
The whistle definitely went before the puck went into the back of the net, too. So Mike Watson just getting clarification as we now have the left wing circle face-off won by the Decatur Blaze, pushing it towards the right wing corner. Sullivan on a pinch, sends it back down low. Tried to give and go to Sullivan out of his reach. Comes to Watson, top of the left circle. Takes it down in behind the net. Off along the end board, sends it back to an area for Svein. Svein along the left wing half boards, try to send a pass up to the left point for Sullivan, but a little light on the pass as it comes back out into the neutral zone. The Blaze were able to work it to there. Along the right wing, back on Svein's stick, top of the right circle, try to go around one. Good body, keeps that puck away from him, but still in the zone on Palermo's sticks. It's a pass cross ice to Svein in the bottom of the left circle. Couldn't get a quick shot off. Back to Jonathan Dagnall now, up to the right point. Palermo shot from the point as that one's directed away by Slager. Into the right circle to Dagnall around one. In for a right wing circle shot, and Slager makes the save, and this time holds on to it. 14:54 left to go in the second period. 1-0 Cougars still.
I'll tell you what, if Decatur's able to come back and get this game into at least overtime or even steal a win, their entire team's going to owe their goaltender, Nolan Slager, some adult beverages after the game because he's single-handedly keeping them in this one right now.
The Cougars need to create more traffic in front of Slager to create more opportunities.
unfortunately for Slager, is a year away from actually being able to have those beverages legally.
Apple juice, I meant.
Of course, that is an adult beverage. Bottom of the right circle, bouncing puck in towards the slot for Cody Rayback, but a good job shielding him away from it was Micah Young, and he sends it off along the near boards into the Cougars zone before the Cougars push it back to the neutral zone. Comes back to Young, backhands a pass towards the near side, trying to get it up for Cunningham, but Cunningham turned it over onto Cropstick. Pass into the zone, Cody Rayback loading, top of the left circle, and grabbing it with the glove hand was Nolan Slager, and he holds on to it. Already 25 shots on goal for him in this game, and we're not even to the halfway point of the second period. 14:21 left to go in the second.
As Jeremy just mentioned, though, no traffic in front of the net there. It came from outside the circle. It's a pretty easy stop for Slager, especially with how well he's playing right now.
Left wing circle face-off. Nick Kropp in there to try and win it for the Cougars. Blaze win another one. They've been winning more, but the Cougars with pressure try to take it back. Held in at the left point by Beltrame. Pass into the bottom of the left circle for Kropp as he tried to free it up in the left wing corner towards Lomberg. Lomberg getting a little bit of help as it's sent back up to the left point for Beltrame. Back towards Lomberg, backhanding it down low for Kropp. Kropp back to Beltrame at the point, poked away from him, race to the puck now. Furter trying to get in front of the player who had freed it up in number 22 in Shingothi as he tried to get over for a breakout opportunity to get a breakaway, just wasn't fast enough to get in front of Furter. As a turnover by the Cougars almost causes an opportunity, and now it's back onto the stick of Kropp, as now it's a 2-on-3 in favor of the Decatur Blaze. Onto the stick in the left wing corner of Cody Rayback. Frees it up, back up to the left point for Schiffman, who tries to send it down low, bounces off of a player, and it gets up onto the stick of Zinderzik as he tries to make a move around. Good defensive play in the neutral zone. As along the right wing, it goes back to Van Dyke. Bottom of the right circle, Van Dyke feeds it in towards the slot. That puck came free. Letmansky couldn't finish it off. Olsen tried to hold it in at the left point. Couldn't do it as it came out offsides. Cougars into the far dot for the faceoff. 1-0 lead for the Cougars with 13:05 left to go in the second period.
As you mentioned, it looked like Sullivan was in a one-on-one situation with the Blaze player, and he was able to stand his own and not allow a good scoring opportunity.
Letmansky with that opportunity almost in the slot there, but he ended up pulling the puck away from himself. Was the big opportunity the other way for the Cougars, which you just saw. 13:05 left to go. Face-off won by the Blaze. They've been on a bit of a streak here winning the face-offs. Pass towards the near side, gets out in the neutral zone, right to Hunter Schiffman of the Cougars. Pass through the middle, right onto the tape for a shot, and that one goes wide from Zvain. Right wing half boards, back down to the right wing corner to Zvain. Zvain fighting around one check as this one's still along those boards, staying there like it's glued onto the boards. Two players for the Blaze trying to dig it out away from Van Dyke. Comes free to the Blaze, who send it out along the near boards and down. This one might go far enough for icing, and it does. Bring it right back into the Decatur Blaze zone. And this is when it's easy for the officials to not allow anybody to get to that bench and sneak off on an icing because it's the period of the long change.
We talked, as you said, the period of the long change, and really nice shift there by Letmansky and Zvain, leading to the good scoring opportunity. As now, as you see here, tired legs on the ice for the Blaze, so Cougars looking to take advantage.
Zitera, the quick shot on the up and under move, almost an opportunity for Butera in the slot as it had bounced towards him. Back in behind for Zitera to the right wing corner as he pokes the puck forward, trying to get it up to Sullivan along the boards. Comes back to the Blaze as it's Micah Young streaking in, sends a pass towards the slot. Good defensive positioning, pushes it away by the defense of the Cougars in Palermo. Bouncing puck comes right to the player in Peters, who's able to dump it down in for the Cougars to chase. Blaze able to make a few changes, but if they don't hurry, a good tie-up of the stick on Sullivan. Otherwise, there was a chance as there's a shot that goes wide as that one almost caught Slager off guard as there was a little bit of his own traffic in front from one of his own players. Puck at center ice. Peters spins down onto the Blaze stick. Zinderzik feeds a pass in towards the slot. Shot and goal. That ties the game up for the Decatur Blaze as they tie it 1-1. Finally getting that goal looked to be number 24, I believe, in Jake Cunningham. I think he was the one who got the pass over on that far side. I was stuck because he got mobbed before we could see his number.
It was Jake Cunningham, all 5'6", 164 pounds of them. Really nice pass on a 2-on-1 over 2-6 and a diving attempt by the Cougars D-man right onto the blade of his stick. He's able to roof one past eyes there. We've been talking about it all game. Despite shots being 27-8, only a one-goal game, and you do that, you have a chance to get one goal and get yourself tied up, as the Blaze just did.
And you can't blame Jesse Hayes for a 2-on-1 goal either. He's been stellar. I mean, 2-on-1, the way that it went, it actually, Peters hit it right to the player streaking in Cunningham.
A bit of poor puck luck there.
Cougars had the puck momentarily, turned it over, maybe another 2-on-1 as it's on the stick of Zinderzik, sends a shot in, but a good stick by the defense of the Cougars on Beltrame as he has it back in behind his own net. Beltrame pass up along the far side, gives it off to Zvane. Zvane along the left wing, voids one check along the left wing half boards, feeds it in the left circle for a shot, and a big glove save made by Nolan Slager as he keeps this at a 1-1 game with 11 minutes to go in the second period.
Second time Nolan Slager with sheer larceny with the gloves. Zvane created an excellent scoring opportunity, but as usual, Slager has the answer.
Watching this one again, perfect pass into an area by Zvane.
It was good all around. Good pass, good shot, just a better save.
Left wing circle face-off won by the Decatur Blaze. Pass to the near side is, again, they're winning the face-offs now too, is one of the big differences in this second period. Crop with it, top of the right circle, gives it off Cody Rayback, left circle, shot, another glove save by Slager.
I think Slager got a little fancy with that one. Wasn't quite as spectacular as he made it seem, but hey, when you're on a roll, good for him. You want to show off a little bit, do what you got to do.
He stopped 28 of 29 shots so far here in this second period. When you combine the two totals, we're at the 10:43 mark of the second period.
He's definitely showing off the weather right now.
His team tied at 1 after a 2-on-1 goal by Jake Cunningham. Bottom of the left circle, puck bounces into the left wing corner. Puck comes free back for the Cougars up near the point. Sending it back down low, they try to, comes back out into the neutral zone where it's taken back by Olsen, who sends it along the far boards. Spinning along the boards, left wing corner, it's onto the stick of Jesper Longberg. Longberg looking for a place to go, pulls it off, backhands it back down low to try and start this cycle. Interrupting it are the Blaze as that puck now gets pinned up along the far boards. Quickly held in by the captain, and Olsen sends over to the right wing half boards where it comes back out into the neutral zone. And comes back over to the near side. Left wing corner, Blaze almost an opportunity here. Backhanded shot, and Jesse Hayes will just grab it with the gloved hand. You call it a shot. Technically, there wasn't a lot on it.
It's a nice recovery by Schiffman there to get a stick on stick and avoid a really good scoring opportunity. Nice defensive play.
Face-off goes to the left wing circle. Jesse Hayes big for his team there too, because if he doesn't cover this puck up, there's maybe a chance for Micah Young in the slot.
And Micah Young, the leading point getter for the Blaze with 36 points on the year, so huge stop right there.
Shane Johnson able to win the puck for the Blaze as he sends it back down low. Spins around the boards towards Letmansky for the Cougars. Gives it off to Sullivan. Sullivan making a move around one player down into the left wing corner. Pulls up there. Finds a pass for Letmansky, who tried to feed it towards the slot for Van Dyke. Bounces away back to the Blaze as they have a player streaking up through the middle in Zinderzik. It won't be an icing because Zinderzik will get there first as he tries to battle for the puck in the left wing corner. Big push here from the Decatur Blaze. Comes back over to Sullivan now. Sends the pass off of the leg of Letmansky. Bounces at his own blue line. Comes back to the neutral zone where it's picked up by Justice Cree.
As you just mentioned, Chris, the Blaze have a little bit of pep in their step after that goal right now. Got some momentum going for them.
Puck comes to the defense of Shane Johnson, who dumps it down to the left wing corner where the Cougars will have to reset. Halke behind his own net. No look pass to Letmansky along the far side. Bounces away from him right to John Erviter, who will send it back down low. Jesse Hayes getting involved in the action as he makes a pass to the near side, gets it out into the neutral zone with a little bit of help, comes back to Hayes, who will quickly drop it off for his team. Pass over towards Brennan Peters. Peters having to go away from some pressure, gives it off to his defense as streaking up along the right wing, Palermo. Top of the right circle, Palermo around one, couldn't get to the puck in time, poked away by Slater, and then Palermo ends up pushing the puck off the borings, and as he gets in front, and now player getting in the face of Palermo, and number 88 and Grant Hughes and Palermo getting tied up. Palermo pushed the net off the boring because of frustration, and then everything kind of exploded after that. 8:48 left to go in the second period, 1-1 tie game.
Saw a little chippiness at the end of the first period, carrying over into the second. Oh, it looked like he got a stick in a place that you don't want to get a stick at, and that caused, obviously, the Cougars player to be a little bit upset, and I can't really blame Palmero for that.
Yeah, Palermo will go into the box, and also will Grant Hughes, so it should stay 5-on-5 hockey, I believe. And the captains will get a talking to on either side as you have the captain for the Cougars, and Mike Watson out there, and I think that's also Micah Young being talked with as well by the officials. I believe you're going to have roughings on either side, might be what ends up being the call here.
It definitely looked like that it was Slager that got the little jab at Palermo right there with the stick.
A little friendly tap.
Well,
as you can see right here.
Well, actually, you're going to have a call go against Grant Hughes.
Yeah, that's not a place where you want to be getting a stick. That's really not a place where you want to be getting anything, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for being upset. You don't want to, anytime you get hit in the man region, that's going to upset you.
It was a cup check, Nick.
I think that if you want me to give you a cup check, I can do that, and you can tell me how much you like it. But back to what I was about to say was Nolan Slager, Grant Hughes has a 2-minute penalty up on him. He's going to take a 10-minute sit in the box, I believe, and I think Patrick Kelly is the one sitting in there who will release for the first penalty. So 10-minute misconduct call against Grant Hughes. He'll get to sit there in the box for a little bit.
I wonder if one of the Blaze players is serving the a penalty for the goaltender as well, because really anytime you're going to hit somebody there, that's usually going to, at least should lead to a penalty if you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they have it up there on the board that the penalty goes on Grant Hughes.
I'm sure the Cougars would like that.
Maybe an
Slager.
instigating call or something. We'll hear it all from Ray Kincaid in just a few, and we'll be sure to relay that to you in just a moment as they try to sort this all out. But it's going to be a power play regardless, guys, for the Cougars.
That's an opportunity you want to take advantage of the Cougars. We talked about how good they are in special teams and how much the Blaze struggle. In a tie game, there's really we want to put one on the board.
So now it will be a left-wing circle face-off here in just a moment as we get set up for it. Power play for the Cougars. Dagnall won it up towards the point as this will come back to Jesse Hayes, who will drop it off in behind.
88, Grant Hughes.
Pass over along the left wing. 4 minutes double minor is what it is instead. Either way, this comes over towards number 20 for the Cougars in Van Dyke. Back over to Olsen. Left point to Schiffman, who rings it back around towards the right wing corner near side boards. Van Dyke trying to send it to an area as he gets pinned up along there. As the Blaze are able to work it back out into the neutral zone. Minute 22 left on the power play for the Cougars. Nothing to show for it yet, and then there's a pass that just goes awry as it's dumped right back in by the Blaze. Jesse Hayes will slow it up in behind his own net. Got off towards Schiffman, goes now over to Olsen. Olsen off to Schiffman now in front of his own net. Pass over to the right wing towards Vane. It's Vane crossing the center line into the zone as he tried to make a move around a player and lost the puck. And that's going to make your coach very unhappy when you try and make a move and you're on a power play like that.
Just no attack zone time on this power play for the Cougars thus far. A lot of skate in, then coming right back out.
Dagnall, bottom of the right circle. As he cuts in front and took a shot, and then I heard the post, and then the whistle went as the net came off the boring. Dagnall cutting in and almost had a great opportunity. That one didn't get in. 41 seconds left in the power play opportunity.
Dagnall just going hard to the hole, you can see here. Good power move, but ran to the goalie. I don't believe he's going to get no penalty call, so just the face-off will come out to neutral ice.
Well, they said that this is a little bit of a surprising call. The net came off the boring because of the goalie's kick. It wasn't actually because of Jonathan Dagnall that it did, but they brought it out into the neutral zone because they're saying it was Jonathan Dagnall's fault. So face-off won by the Decatur Blaze, goes to the far side to Shane Johnson, dumped to the left wing corner, where it's picked up by Letmansky. 30 seconds left to go on the power play here for the Cougars. Let's see if they can get anything for it as it comes to Sullivan along the right wing. He dumps it in as that one doesn't get too far as it bounces from Mikey Young. Up at the point, Letmansky has it for the Cougars. Sends it to the right wing half boards on to Lomberg's stick. Not much time left here for the Cougars as the penalty's almost over. Cody Rayback feeds a pass in towards the slot. Player got his stick tied up before he could get a shot off, and Watson dumped down towards the right wing corner. 4 seconds left, 3.
Really nice pass by Rayback there. It's just Watson wasn't able to get his stick tied up a little bit. Wasn't able to get anything on the shot.
Back to 5-on-5 hockey now as well as this one at center ice. Bounces onto Watson's stick. Sends it forward. They said it was onside as that gets to Watson. Now into Lomberg. Back to Watson. Shot and saved by Slager from the slot. 6:31 left to go here in the second period. Still tied at 1. 30th save, or 29th save for Slager.
Definitely was offsides, but Slager is obviously the star of the game right now. He's had every answer since that early goal.
Just great passing by the Cougars, just wonderful passing.
Right wing circle face-off on coming inside the Blaze zone. Face-off one to the top of the right circle for a shot from Svein that doesn't get to the net. Goes to the right wing corner, comes back to Buteras. He pulls out in front, takes a shot. Slager with the save in the butterfly and covers it up with the glove hand. Back into the right wing circle with 6:23 left to go.
Jeremy touched on this a few minutes ago. I think if you're the Cougars right now, you really got to make a conscious effort to get bodies in front of the goaltender right now. He's obviously seeing the puck really well. He's not giving up a lot of rebounds at this point. You have to get traffic in front of him because, like I mentioned earlier, if you can't see the puck, you can't stop it.
Right wing circle face-off again. This time won by the Decatur Blaze. Cougars can't hold it in as it's Hauke. Hauke up near the point, sends it down low on the near side. Turned over to Shane Johnson, the Blaze. D to the pass comes right back to Shane Johnson now. He looks for a pass up along the near boards. This one goes in. Icing getting there first. No icing, actually got waved off. Ended up going to Zinderzik, so he did touch it before a Cougars player did. So technically, yeah, that was right to not call the icing. And then it's covered up by Jesse Hayes. 5:57 left to go here now in the second period. Still tied at 1. That's a little bit of luck for the Blaze. Maybe that's, I don't want to say it's a makeup call, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, as you can see here, the action in front of Hayes right here. The nothing shot coming on him. He's able to cover it up easily.
Face-off one up to the right point by the Decatur Blaze. Mag will send it back down low into the left wing corner for the Blaze to chase after. Along the near side, Hauke trying to free it up for the Cougars. Comes back out into the neutral zone to Shane Johnson. Passes it up along the near boards in front of the penalty boxes over to Parrish. Parrish through the middle of the ice, passed it over towards Erviter. Erviter at least got it into the zone for the Cougars. Take it back quickly as it came over towards Vane. Zvane at center ice, poked away from him. His team will help him out. Gets onto the stick of Buter. Pass into Zvane. Top of the right circles. Top shelf and goal.
What
Makes
a
it 2-1
shot.
Cougars.
Wow.
Could not have placed it any better. Right under the bar. I believe it may have even went off the bar and went in. And that's what Anthony Zvane does. You get him a little open space. He's going to put it where the goaltender just can't stop it. An incredible shot by number 17.
Top left corner is where Anthony Zvane put it over the right shoulder of the goalkeeper, Nolan Slager. Puts the Cougars back out in front.
There's not many NHL goaltenders that are going to stop them. Like I said, you cannot put that in a better spot.
You think he was a little anxious to get out there on that ice?
I would say so.
Face-off one. Sullivan playing a forward position right now for the Cougars as well. Want to point out he's listed as a defenseman. Was playing there a little bit earlier. He's playing some forward now. Top of the right circle, a shot that goes high over the net from Jesse Hayes. Back along the left wing half boards. Cougars keeping the pressure on. I said Jesse Hayes. That was Hunter Schiffman. Jesse Hayes is in net. As Schiffman will dump this one down into the right wing corner. Whiff on a pass there. Comes over towards Sullivan. Sullivan will get pinned up. Puck comes free back into the left wing half board. Sent up to the left point. Now back right point. Schiffman with a shot. Deflected in front by Sullivan. Goes back into the left wing half boards. Letmansky lost it off his stick. Goes back over along the far side. Olsen trying to shield the player off. Turns into a 2-on-1. Pass left circle. Back over for the far side. Getting back was Sullivan to make the stop and not allow that pass to get through. Good work there by the man who's normally a defenseman. Brings it in, top of the right circle, bounces away from him, top of the left circle, Van Dyke with the turnaround shot, goes into the near half boards. Hunter Schiffman hit off the puck, but he's able to get it down deep. Uses his shoulder to try and keep it in, does Schiffman, bounces into the right circle, gets the Letmansky stick as he sends this one off the Slager's blocker and up into the netting with 2:48 left to go in the second period. 2-1 Cougars.
You're definitely seeing that the Cougars are now starting to get some bodies in front of Slager, and after that goal, that probably has shaken up Slager just a little bit, so I would keep attacking him without doubt.
Here's the goal once again by Anthony Zvane. I mean, it's just an incredible shot by him.
The pass from Butera, too.
Right in the wheelhouse, so he got it in a position ready to shoot, and he ripped one off for the goal. And a minute ago with the Blaze 2-on-1 there, I think one too many passes for them. In a game where you only have 11 shots on goal, you got to take advantage of every opportunity you get, and they were unable to do so there.
Peters gets the puck for the Cougars along the near half boards. Poked away from him, gets past Palermo out into the neutral zone. Backhanded pass back over towards Peter in front of the penalty boxes. A little bit of a chop there from Peters, no call. Comes into the left wing as there's a shot save made by Hayes with the pad as he was down for that one on the shot from Justice Cree. Comes back to the near side for the Cougars. Breakout pass, streaking up along the right wing is Butera. Butera, high slot shot, save made by Slager with the blocker and glove. Goes into the left wing corner. Butera gets it back for the Cougars. Pass up to the left point. Whiffing was Palermo. Almost helped him out. Good poke check, freed it up for a moment, but Palermo able to hit it back down in behind towards Butera and Zvain. Left wing half boards. Good pinch by Palermo. Keeps it into the left circle. Voids one player trying to poke the puck away. Butera, top of the left circle shot. Slager directs it in behind the net. Comes back for Palermo. Got tied up momentarily. Watson coming in from the bench helps him out. Player coming on.
Ooh, close to too many men.
Almost, as you said, that was the player in Butera who was trying to get off. Good thing that the player didn't come on until Butera was actually off the ice, as he finally does get that change. Left wing corner. Cougars take the puck back immediately. Around one goes Watson, pass in towards the left wing for Dagnall. Dagnall hits that puck away. His team able to hold it in at the left point. Goes back in behind. Watson freeing it up towards Dagnall, who gives it off back for the Blaze. Held in by the defense of the Cougars and Palermo.
Really nice keep by Palermo right there. Keeps the shift alive, keeps the Blaze hemmed in down here.
Zvain still on the ice, sends a pass over. Dagnall tried to feed the slot for Watson and just out of the reach of his stick. Comes back for the Blaze in towards center ice as it's down into the right wing corner where Shane Johnson goes after it. He takes a hit from Butera, still on his feet, or actually it was Hauke. Tried to feed a pass in from Micah Young, just couldn't get his stick on it, as there's a tip in from Young on the shot from number 22, Shingothi. Feeds it now for Shingothi towards the slot. Good poke by Jesse Hayes, as that could have been dangerous. Top of the right circle, this gets on Hayes, and he grabs with the glove hand and holds on as we got two players going at it in front of the net. I think that's Furter is one of them, who ended up having his glove get thrown away. 2:22 left to go in the second period, 2-1 lead for the Cougars.
Really nice work by Micah Young this entire shift. As Edzo, you would say, you want to go to score goals, you go to the front of the net, and he was attacking the front of the net for a good 20 seconds there. Got a couple of really good scoring opportunities. Probably the best sustained attack for the Blaze all evening.
Both teams making changes here to which lines they have out. Right wing circle face-off won by the Blaze. Quick shot. Bring it back into the right wing circle with just a couple of seconds ticked off the clock.
And the last couple of minutes of any period are always large, especially in a one-goal game. You can either get it tied up or stretch it out to two heading to the third period.
Face-off controlled by the Cougars. One out towards Cody Rayback. Gets past him and down. Won't go far enough for an icing. Whiffed on it. It goes to Rayback as he tried to backhand it on the net. Takes a shot. Goes towards the crossbar. Goes high over into the glass. Left wing corner onto the stick of Jesper Lomberg. Looking for a place to go. Avoids one check. Gives it off for Rayback as he cycles, goes up to the left point for a quick shot from Olsen. Hits a leg in front. Blaze tried to break back out. They had two players trying to get behind. It'll be an icing instead. Nobody for the Blaze able to get off the ice either. Bring it back into their zone. This is where things can become dangerous for the Decatur Blaze.
Yes, and as soon as that happens, Coach Stouffer sends Anthony Zvain back on the ice. Got a few tired Blaze lying out there. You want to send your best gun out there.
2:05 left to go here in the second period. 2-1 lead for the Chicago Cougars. Van Dyke in the right circle to win this face-off up to the right point to Hunter Schiffman. Toes the line, passes it back, gets it right back, sends it over to Olsen, top of the left circle, sends a shot in, save made by Slager, got it on his pad and glove as Schiffman loaded up, and he gets this one high and almost into the second balcony as that shot deflected off of a Blaze player and went out. Face-off is going to go in one of the circles, but either way, a minute 54 left to go as we watch here that last good opportunity for the Cougars. They have a 2-1 lead.
Starting to sound like a broken record here, but Nolan Slager with another incredible save. And that time the Cougars did have some traffic in front of the net, but Slager still stood tall.
Van Dyke for the face-off again for the Cougars. Lost it this time, but Sullivan's done good work to keep it for the Cougars. Olsen with a shot, gets a redirect in front, and it just went wide off of Sullivan's stick into the left wing corner. Blaze now trying to start back up ice. Along the far side, it comes back to Olsen, sends it towards Letmansky. Letmansky gives it off to Sullivan, crosses the blue line, has Van Dyke with him, lost it off his stick as it was poked away. Back bottom of the right circle, Van Dyke holds up along the near half boards, back up to Schiffman, cross ice, trying to make a move around. One was Hauke, turns it into maybe an opportunity here. Good talk by Hunter Schiffman as he's able to block it off completely and keep that puck from getting into the slot. Good communication between the two defensemen.
Schiffman just swallowed that right up, gave the offensive player absolutely nothing to shoot at.
as there's a shot from Sullivan. It was still free for a moment, and the whistle went a little early again. Right wing circle face-off. I think the black jerseys help out the Blaze a little bit there for that one, because I could still see that one loose a little.
You mentioned earlier Mike Sullivan up there at 4. He's been extremely impressive on offense. Other than Anthony Zvain, who obviously has the goal, Sullivan's been one of their best forwards for the evening, coming up from his usual defense position.
Yes, they've been keeping him there, and maybe just to kind of get him reacclimated. It's been a while since he's been on the ice. 2-1 lead for the Cougars right now as it's Zvain with it in the right circle, poked away from him. 3-on-2 if they hurry for the Decatur Blaze. Along the right wing, good poke check by Beltrame, causes an offsides instead. The defensive players for the Cougars have been stepping up here in these last couple of shifts. Hunter Schiffman with that play that pushed the puck to the right wing corner, and then Beltrame with the poke check at the blue line to cause the offsides. A minute 23 left to go in the second period. 2-1 Cougars.
With as much attack zone time as the Cougars have had, obviously your forwards are being aggressive, flying over, but that presents counter opportunities for the Blades, and the D-men have done a good job standing tall to those chances.
Face off from the far dot, one towards Butera for the Cougars, comes back to their defense. D-to-D pass to Palermo in his own near corner. Passes it up to Zvain. Zvain along the right wing, crosses the center line, dumps it down in for the Cougars to chase after. Slager pushes it behind his own net. Blaze with the puck back, pass along the far side. Parrish tried to get it out, held in at the left point, goes towards Slager, but in behind, he can't cover it up. Zvain in there trying to put the pressure on, taken away by Grant Hughes, however. Back up at the left point, Cougars have it. Beltrame gives it off for a pass in towards the slot, and that one bounces away. Cougars don't have an opportunity. Blaze trying to hurry again. It was off of his stick and down in behind the net. Hayes will slow it down.
Was going to be icing, but Hayes came out and played it off, waving off the icing.
Zvain along the right wing, looking for a place to go. Passes in for the trailer, but Cody Rayback couldn't get it out of his stick. 2-on-1 opportunity here. It's Hunter Schiffman making a decision. Shot save made by Jesse Hayes as that one went wide.
Just able to get enough blocker and body on that one to keep it out of the net and deflect it. Ooh, dangerous pass right there.
Jesse Hayes with a huge save for his team. Hunter Schiffman jumping into the play. Top of the right circle shot, and Slager with the save.
Slager really likes showing off that glove hand. He likes to be flashy with it. Another one right there.
Hunter Schiffman getting into a little bit of extracurriculars there in the right wing corner. Some players were going at him. Either way, I think they're sending Hunter Schiffman to the box. I think that's what I saw them point him in. 12 seconds left to go in this period, and Hunter Schiffman just kind of like, whatever. I didn't see what happened there in the corner. I just saw Schiffman getting pulled away.
A little chippiness in this game. Maybe the refs were trying to put a stop to that early on.
We'll watch it again here, see if we can see what happens in that right wing corner. You see Schiffman leading the rush here. And then this is where everything happens after that. He stops out in front, kind of gets pushed into the right wing corner. Unsportsmanlike conduct he got. I don't know if he said something maybe.
Going up against 3 Blaze players, somehow he gets called for the penalty. Interesting.
Cougars able to work it out and dump it down here as time running out, 7 seconds left to go. Blaze from their own end looking for maybe one opportunity before the period ends, but that'll do it. Minute 42 of carry-over power play time for the Decatur Blaze, but it's a 2-1 lead for the Chicago Cougars. As we'll watch one more time, see if we can see. I don't know if they're calling him for the snow
shower. That's what it's got to be.
If that's what they called him for, that's a very tic-tacky call. I don't think that's what they did, though. So we'll get one more look at it here, the closer look. You see the shot, easy save for Slager, just above the pad level.
I mean, he definitely gives him a snow shower, but
it doesn't even get into his face.
It's definitely a ticky-tack call.
If that's what they called, that's a little bit of a shocking call. So I think he had to say something. That's what I think when you look at it, especially when we get the slow motion look and we get to see everything.
Either way, a big kill coming up for the Cougars to start the third period in a 1-goal game. Got to kill off the remaining a little over a minute left in the power, or minute 43, I should say. I apologize. Left in the power play.
They did really well, though, I think, for the Cougars in that second period, other than that one lapse where they had a couple of 2-on-1s. Other than that, the Cougars, I thought, dominated the period for the most part. 36-15, the shots in favor of the Cougars, too.
I think they've pretty much dominated the whole game so far. They just cannot get frustrated. Keep doing what they're doing, and they'll find a few more goals. 14
minutes in between here. They got the chuck-a-puck going on, but we've got Jeremy Tuhig down at ice level with Coach.
Okay, I'm here with Coach Brad Stouffer. Coach, it was a great first period. Second period, you guys gave up a goal. What was the difference?
Just too sloppy, I think, tonight. Still need to play harder. We're giving up too much. We're trying to trade chances with them on the rush. We're giving up way too many odd man rushes. I mean, we're outnumbering them shots by a long margin, but I think their quality of shots is a lot higher than ours. I think if you go by the board right now, it says 15. I'm sure they've had 8 or 9 in the grade A area. That's that area where you're going to score on a lot of your chances. If you look at ours, we got 36, it says right now on the board. We probably have 15, 20 from that area. So they have a higher percentage of shots and chances in that grade A area. We're giving up too much on the rush with odd man rushes and things like that, just trying to be too cute. And we're not playing hard enough, I think, trying to get to those areas offensively.
How about Svein? He wasn't able to play the first period, but he comes in the second period and he boosts you guys' offense with a goal of his own. How does that feel?
He's an impact player, and he's been all year he's been with us. He came to us late November, early December, I think, is when he came down, and he's an impact player. When he's on the ice, all eyes are on him. Especially when the puck's on his stick, and he can score from anywhere. He showed it here in the second period with that goal, and he'll get a lot of ice time in the third as well. So look for him to be out there and doing the same.
Thank you, Coach, for your time. Good luck in the third period.
Thanks, guys.
Back to you, Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Jeremy. I thought some good words there. Always good stuff from Coach. He really seems to have a good pulse on his team and where he thinks his team should be. And like he said, they may have had more chances in the grade A area, but percentage-wise, they definitely give it to Decatur, even though they don't have that many shots.
Absolutely. We talked a lot about in the first period about the Cougars D-men being active. And I think in the second period, maybe that caught up to them a little bit. Maybe their D-men got a little bit too active, and it led to, like Coach Stouffer says, at least like 3 or 4 odd man rushes for the Blaze, and that's something they need to clean up in the third period, especially nursing the 1-goal lead.
Yeah, we watch here. This is going to be a replay of that goal that you have from Anthony Svein, where, the pass first and then the shot, and that's top left corner. You can't put it in a better place than that. That's just under the crossbar.
Yeah, it's a blocker side as well. So obviously he's likely to make saves with his glove hand this evening. He went blocker side, and to stop a shot on the blocker side in that spot is nearly impossible, especially when it's coming off a release like Anthony's Veins.
When you look at the replay too, there, I think if you're the goalie in Nolan Slager, you got to be unhappy with yourself on that goal too, because you look at his positioning. He really didn't get out into the white area. He was just maybe on the outside of his crease edge. You don't want that. You want to get out a little bit more than. No, he's actually in the blue paint. He's not even into the white. That's a little bit too deep in your crease for one, and his positioning, I think, was a little bit off.
You mentioned earlier on a Hunter Schiffman opportunity, he came out and he challenged him outside of the blue paint. And as you mentioned there, when you come outside, you take away that angle and try to take away the elevation. He got a little deep in his own crease there, and when you give Anthony Svein any sort of room, he's going to take advantage of it.
He also was going down when Svein was going for that shot, which also helped Svein have some more room above the shoulders for it. Zamboni's out onto the ice, so we'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more here in just a few here on SportsTownChicago.com.
Hey, it's Herb Lawrence. If you love sports and you want a career in broadcasting, then go to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Log on to beonair.com right now.